Hi everyone, welcome to our next video. Today I'm going to talk about your guinea pig's diet, what they need, and also a little bit about how you can grow vegetables from the offcuts. So the first thing a guinea pig needs is a well-balanced nugget or hard feed. They only need between 40 and 50 grams a day. So these little bowls that you can get are a really good size because that is 45 grams in there. So that's science selective, which is a good feed. But each breeder will have their own preferred brand or mix. But as long as you just don't overfeed too many nuggets, because you get some guinea pigs that are really lazy and just wander up to this, gorge themselves on this, and then they don't get enough hay or vegetables, which are very important. So that's nuggets. As I said, they need hay. 80% of a guinea pig's diet is hay, and that's really important, not only for the gastrointestinal tract, but also because of their teeth. They need to continually eat hay to grind down the back teeth, otherwise they can have dental problems. So what you're looking for in a good quality hay is that lovely, sweet smelling hay that you get when it's fresh and it's still got a little bit of green. So it just smells. Guinea pig owners out there will know what I mean when they say lovely, sweet smelling hay. You want it to smell nice. It should not smell fusty or a smell that isn't that sweet smell. If you can get dust extracted hay, that's better because obviously, as you know, guinea pigs don't do well with dusty environments. So if you can get dust extracted, that's brilliant. As I say, guinea pigs need 80% of their diet made up of hay, so they should have access to hay all the time. Guinea pigs like to lie on the hay and eat it as they're lying on it, but of course, when they're lying on it, they're peeing and pooping on it, and then they won't eat it. So it's important that you're either giving them a fresh supply morning and night of hay, or you have hay racks or the like where the hay is out of reach of their bottoms, so that they can eat it and it's not being contaminated, but they must have access to fresh hay all the time. So that's hay, and that's messed up my chopping board. So the next thing is veg. Now guinea pigs cannot make their own vitamin C, so they need a daily amount of veg. Now, there are various really good things on the internet that tell you what veg is safe for guinea pigs and also how often they can have each particular veg. There's also an app called My Guinea Pig, which again tells you about what veg is safe and also what can be fed in what amounts. So the reason that you can't just feed veg that they're allowed to have as and when you want is because some veg like spinach, kale, blueberries is high in calcium, and if you've got a guinea pig that's prone to bladder stones, then that can cause bladder stones or certainly not help in preventing them. So you want to be very careful and just feed the right kind of veg in the right quantities at the right time. So in terms of quantities, they just want to have a cupful. So a cupful per day per guinea pig is what you're aiming for. And that's the right amount. Again, too much veg, and then they'll fill up on the veg, and you'll get a lot of pooping, but then they won't then eat the hay, the amount of hay that they need to eat. So I do fresh veg in the morning, and then I also do in the evening freshly picked grass. So freshly picked grass, you want to make sure that you're picking your grass from somewhere that hasn't been urinated on by dogs, because that can poison your guinea pigs, and also that it isn't mown grass. You don't want to mow the lawn and then take a handful of mown grass from a pile, because that's starting to ferment, and you don't want to feed your guinea pigs that. So veg in the morning, fresh grass at night, and that's basically what they need. Also be very careful not to feed too many fruits. anything that's too acidic. Tomatoes also you've got to be careful of, because what can happen is you can cause cheilitis, which is where you get, it looks like cold sores on the lips, around the mouth and up to the nose, and that's caused by the acid. So just be a bit careful of what you feed in terms of fruit, and it's also high in sugar, which you have to be careful of. So the main point is check which vegetables are safe, and then check how often you should feed each vegetable. And I say all that information is available online, so just look it up. Okay, so the next thing is, and a lot of people didn't know this, and I didn't know it until last year, is that the bits that you usually throw away from veg, you can actually grow more veg from. So I've got a celery, a sweetheart cabbage and a carrot here. So all you're going to do is, I normally chop it up. Some people just give them a whole stick, but I like to chop it up. So you chop up your celery as normal, and then the end bit, just that bit with the root system on, you're just going to put in some water. And you put it in water and you put it on your windowsill. And within a couple of days it will start to sprout, and when it's got a bit more leaves on it, perhaps a week later, you then plant it in some soil, and this is what you get. And all you do is sit it in the soil. You don't want to bury the bottom of the celery because it then rots, but just sit it in so that the root system is in the soil. Keep the compost moist but never wet, because again it'll rot it, and then your celery will grow up. Celery is the easiest, and I've got numerous pots of celery everywhere, but that's the really easy thing to do. Great to get your children to it as well. They really enjoy watching it happen, and as I say, it's the bit that you would normally throw away anyway, so make the most of it. I've also done chicory. That works well. So anything that you chop up that's got a root at the bottom, so that's coming along nicely. So that I put in water about 10 days ago and then planted yesterday, and as you can see, it's got quite a lot of leaves on it already. So that's chicory. I think this is spring greens, but I forget what I've planted. So I know they are guinea pig veg, so I know they're safe. I just forget what they are, and they look different when they start to grow, but I think that's spring greens. And I don't know what this is, but again, it's a guinea pig veg. I just don't know what it is, but it's growing beautifully. So top tip for that. So again, with your sweetheart cabbage, you would chop all the way along, and then about an inch from the bottom, that bit is the bit you're going to put in the water. And I say, just pop it in the water. Change the water every day so that it doesn't go green and horrible. And then when it starts to sprout, then plant it on. With your carrots, you're going to take the top off, but then when you put it in the water, you want to plant it that way on. So just going to go in the water like that. And that then goes on your windowsill. And I say, it's miraculous that after a few days it starts to sprout, plant it up, and then you've got a continuous supply of veg. If you have big enough windows and enough of them, you might never have to buy guinea pig veg again. So happy gardening, everybody. So I hope you found that helpful. I will be doing more videos. I haven't thought of the topics yet. If you've got any suggestions of what you'd like to see, then please comment. But I hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks, everybody. Bye.